Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Miami. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, the Nets, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for Brooklyn, they're not in a good place right now as a ball club. After the success of last season, they were expecting bigger and better things this year.
And you know what? Even though the season hasn't been a complete disaster, they're pretty dysfunctional as a team right now.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is a champion, but he said, growing up, I never thought about titles. I just wanted to be the best player I could be. When I got to the league, I was listening to all the noise and it was taking control of my mind. For me, mentally, I have to just focus on my craft. Guys, the results have flown since then.
Clearly. David, thank you. Two very athletic teams here, Greg. A game that's sure to produce a lot of highlights.
And makes me think of Stacey Augmon, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Butler and Tucker up in the forward spots. Backcourt pair for them, it's Lowry and Robinson. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. And for Brooklyn, they've got Bruce Brown. Durant is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Curry. And it's Irving at the 1. Brown outside. Irving, a screen on Butler. Brown against Butler. Shot clock at 6. And Adebayo sends it back. Here's Tucker. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Tucker's got the first 3 points tonight for the Heat. Curry on the wing. Drummond finds KD. Good on the 3-point shot.
Right back at you. Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with a 3 of his own.
Now, here's Lowry. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Here's Butler. Adebayo with a screen for Butler. Pass to Tucker. Oh, my. He'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. It's on Kevin Durant. The Heat shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Shooting 1.
Starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
Now here's Curry. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's KD. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
And it's sent back by Irving. Curry on the wing. Drummond passes to Durant. Drummond sets the screen for KD. And the Nets, another 3.
If Durant can find just a slice of an opening at the arc, he'll take it. His accuracy is just that good.
Bobs it up for Lowry. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
And Bam Adebayo, picked 14th in the 2017 draft, has made huge improvements throughout his career. The guy is a hard worker.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Adebayo with a screen on Irving. Lowry kicks to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by Miami. 6 to shoot. Lowry looking around. Over Drummond.
You got to be careful shooting around Drummond. I mean, he has a really good knack for when to go for the blocks.
Here's Irving. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Drummond with a screen on Butler. Poked loose. And Drummond kicks to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Drummond sets the screen for Curry. Over Butler. And it's Brookyln scoring again.
Steph Curry's game in the mid-range area continues to look better, taking advantage of all opportunities.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Robinson, and it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Lowry. Over Irving. Left side, KD. KD draws the double. Drummond with a screen on Lowry. Clock at 4. Irving uses the glass to finish the layup.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense, and it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
Now here's Butler. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Milwaukee. That's good from Lowry on the assist by Butler. Lowry's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside Durant. Back to Irving. Over Lowry. Irving, good.
You know, there's really no defense for this. Irving relishes, actually thoroughly enjoys scoring against tight defense.
Now here's Lowry. He's got 5. He kicks to Butler.
And really hard to find more intense players than Jimmy Butler. This guy is 100% focused on winning at all times. One of the ultimate competitors in our league.
And with Butler and his intensity, Greg, it's a perfect fit for him in Miami.
And yeah, it can rub some players the wrong way, but it goes hand in hand with the culture here. Hard to imagine Butler on a team other than Miami.
And as the regular season winds toward the playoffs, Greg, for those teams in the upper half of the standings, how much are they looking at the seeding and their possible opponents?
Well, I don't think most would admit it, but it's human nature to think ahead, trying to map out that route and looking at how it breaks down in the bracket.
And the shot goes down.
There are few men in the league that attack the glass as well as Drummond does. He's almost unstoppable chasing down second points. He's a tenacious and ferocious offensive rebounder.
Now here is Lowry. Back to Butler. Adebayo with a screen on Brown. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Boy, you got to stay grounded on that pump fake. Butler really effective at getting the defender to jump into his space.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
That free throw, no good.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Good on the second free throw.
You know, on and off the court, Butler is a bit of a renaissance guy. I mean, he's industrious. Back in the 2020 bubble, he even ran a coffee shop out of his hotel room for fellow players. That's maxing it out.
Now here's Durant. He's got 8. Curry looking it over. Over Robinson. It's stolen by Adebayo. Down low. Outside for Lowry. Butler against Irving. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Brooklyn. Heat also with a sub. Tyler Hero.